reason we aren't United States of Nazi Germany is mainly because like he instead of fighting us and actually winning the war, he just dumped it all into frozen Moscow. So you need summer, you know? You need summer for war because it's so stupid anyways that snow fucks it up. Snow will fuck up war so bad. Your tanks will stop rolling. The mud will cause your troops to have so low morale that they refuse to march anymore until you fix it. And you're like, what do I do? Freeze the mud? What is that? That's like that's like the plot line to my favorite novel of all time by Kurt Vonnegut called Cat's Cradle, where like the army asks the most super genius scientists on the planet. They're like, hey, you're working for the American army and you're like the smartest scientists on the planet, and it's a fictional scientist, but it's sort of implied to be like Einstein or somebody like that. And they're like, hey, we got this big problem since like, you know, World War II, where we can't get our fucking troops across mud. It slogs us down. The troops get stuck in it. The tanks can't move. And it's like the worst problem about war is if you're not fighting in the summer, you deal with mud that slows you down so much that you're just sitting there like a sitting ducks. And then you know, Moscow shows up and kills you because you're stuck there. Right? That's what happened too. They ran people that didn't have guns because they were out of resources, Moscow. But they used lives to just choke the fucking Nazi push on the Eastern Front until they won, because the winter killed the Nazis in the Eastern Front. It just destroyed them. They didn't win it. They lost it. They lost the whole World War over trying to attack the Eastern Front. And that's so weird because his original goal was Britain, not fucking Russia. But then everybody tries to sack Russia. Everybody blames Russia for everything, and everybody goes after Russia for some reason. And this is one of the reasons why we continually have world wars like every 100 to 140 years. We've only charted 2 of them in history, but we know that and it gets lost to the ages because of the spoils, and we didn't have tech to record it and all this stuff. But there's this theory that every 140 to 200 years, some world power like America, or not like America, but like Britain, or like someone in Europe, or even China or somebody like that, every 150 years or so, somebody tries to sack Moscow and try to take the entire country, the entire Russian continent, essentially, because they have the most resources on the entire planet. Now, they're the most frozen country on the entire planet, but they're the most resource. Actually, I believe Africa's better, but Russia is the developed nation. So they're like the most resource-rich developed nation in the world. They're a big target for all the other big boys who want war prestige and war money and war income and war resources. So every 150 years or so, Russia shows up and someone shows up and tries to sack Russia, just like the Nazis did, and they always get snared up in January. And this happens every 150, 200 years, and they lose their push on Russia. And I have some sympathy for Russia. It sucks, but I do. I have some sympathy for Russia. This happens a lot. If you go back and look for like the last 2,000 years and shit, people try to sack Russia a lot. It's never happened to America in the 300 years we've been here, but it's happened to Russia like fucking 200 times or something like that. If you really go back and look at the annals of history, it's never world wars. It's smaller than that. But someone tries to sack Moscow every like 150 years since the Romanovs or whatever. So way before that, like way back in like, you know, like 500 AD and shit. People have been trying to sack Russia every 150 years. And the Nazis were no different. They knew that the resources that they needed to win the war against the West, which is Britain and US, the Allies and stuff, they needed the Russia's resources, which is right next door, right? They know that Britain's not going to give them any resources. They're the enemy, right? So they wanted to go sack Russia and use all of Russia's fucking materials to win the war against the West. But nobody ever beats Russia because of winter. And that's my whole thing. That's my whole spiel about fighting wars in summer. Pennsylvania is a good place to fight a war because most of war is actually like like I don't know, 6 months of the year. War is infeasible in most countries, except for of course the Middle East,
big game you ever want
which
to
is
play?
why they go there all the time. You know what they call Afghanistan? The graveyard of nations. Everybody goes to Afghanistan every 100 years too, just like the U.S. did, and try to sack them because they've got all that oil, right, and all that money. And they don't want to. I mean, I mean, the Middle East is fractious just like everybody else, but they're not really known for, you know, Alexander-esque conquistadorialism. They're not that known for that. You know, they are, but they're not that known for that. So it's like, I mean, they aren't usually looking at sacking Europe and stuff. Middle East isn't really known for that very much. But I don't know. You could watch Lawrence of Arabia to get a better idea of it.
It's right here at Ion. It's epic. All the players are set. We got tanks. We have the Germans, the Allies, a little bit of French. All right, guys, so last year at Ion 2017, the Allies swept the Germans, blew them out of the water.
Fuck yeah!
The Germans talking some smack, man. They want the victory.
They mean this shit, and everybody can take their shirts off. Nobody cares if you're fat. Nobody cares if you're Republican. Nobody cares if you're Democrat. Nobody cares if you're gay. You're just there to drink and shoot paintballs.
They've been prepping. They've been field walking all day yesterday. They are set to go. They want to win this game. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
And they want to make sure that the Nazis lose, and they care about that. They really care about beating the Nazis. I doubt the Civil War reenactors care that much if North or South wins, but I think these guys care if the Nazis lose and they actually give a real fight. And there's like strategy and all this stuff. They care if the Nazis win. I care if the fucking Nazis win. Nazis shouldn't win, so they really try, you know?
Always epic.
And I like it when they're allowed to actually role play the whole thing. They're really deep in the role play. They're like, no, we can't be having Hitler fucking, you know, we can't have Napoleon doing the fucking two-step in Piccadilly Circus now, can we? No.
Always a good time.
Fucking enjoying it. You guys struggling a little bit? You guys about to take it? You gotta take it. I got here. Here.
Oh, hey, I made more money on EVE Online while I was watching a Civil War reenactment video and talking about South Park. I'm a genius. I make money while I'm not even playing the game. I feel so good. I got money while I wasn't working for it. I'm so smart.
I think so far, the good old US of A is not fulfilling the job that we were supposed to do. A paintball is a weird place to be if you're scared to get hit with a paintball. So we gotta get over
A paintball course is not a normal place to be scared of paintballs.
That's what I think the rest of the day is.
He's actually really into this, like, laser taggers. I love it. It's the same kind of dedication that you see in video gamers, and I thought we were alone. Like, you'll see movie nuts that worship cult classics and stuff. Like, you know, there's a whole crew of people that worship the portrayal of Coen Brothers, The Big Lebowski. There's like literally a Facebook community of the Little Lebowskis, and there's like 20,000 people on the planet who identify as Lebowski lifestyle people. And I like seeing that kind of role play in non-video gamers, because usually you only ever see it in Dungeons and Dragons nerds and, like, you know, GTA RPers and stuff like that. But these guys are dead serious. They don't want the fucking Nazis to win, and they cuss when they lose the coin flip on which side they have to join. And some of them have to do Nazis when they don't want to, so they throw the fight. They like throw the fight, I guarantee it. They're like, I don't want the Nazis to win. Fuck that, and they'll let the chain gun get hit instead of defending it. and there is paintball chain guns. You never live till you've seen a paintball chain gun, which you're about to see.
First time totally paintball all together, and man, incredibly excited. Cool.
In the beginning, always was allies.
You hear it? You hear it? It's paintball chain guns.
First couple years.
No, I'm sorry. That's a generator.
And they did French for a year, and then German for the last 6.
Oh, German for the last 6. Come on. You lost the roll. You lost the flip 6 times in a row.
Gonna check out and see who needs some hurting, and we're gonna go.
Because I think it is a coin flip, as I recall. Don't quote me, but I'm fairly sure they do. Everybody in the war has to do a coin flip as to which side they join, because you can't choose which side you're on.
Right.
And so the Nazi guys just want to win anyways, because they're just in a paintball fight. They want to win. But there's like these Nazi players who probably don't actually try that hard, because they're like, I don't want the Nazis to win. It's actually so cool. It's like real video game RP in the real world. and oh my God, does it cost? Like they say the weekend costs like $5,000 or something. It's not a cheap hobby, paintball.
We gotta make a lot. We gotta make it look like we got some bodies with us. So
we got to make it. They're building strategies on a map beforehand, like video gamers, and I fucking love this.
We just stopped in at the German command post.
and we had a look at where everything was lined
Oh
up.
god, I hate the visors because they always fog up really fucking bad, especially if you're fat and like you can't see the paintballs coming. You can't see anybody, but you have to wear it because a paintball will take your eyeball out. Absolutely.
Right now. And basically what we're gonna do,
And they shoot for your head, so you might actually take like a full blown eyeball out. You know, you could that could happen. So you can't be on the range without a fucking foggy ass helmet and you're sweating because it's 92 degrees out or whatever. And I love paintball, but it's got inherent problems. You can't see, and even with the special chemicals for the snowboarders and stuff, because I was a snowboarder and a skateboarder too, but I was doing paintball. I was young and skinny once, believe it or not. And like, you know, and so that fog on the fucking on the helmet, it causes snowboarders to crash into trees. It causes you to get shot with paintballs and stuff. That fog in the helmet is a serious problem that the scientists haven't actually fixed yet, and I don't know how they could, because your forehead exudes heat and sweat. It's just how men work. We blow our steam off through our foreheads.
we're gonna go wide around the radio tower to the east.
And it sucks. It's like deep summer. It's August or whatever. It's 92 to 98 degrees out. You're sweating your fucking ball sack off, and you can't see the paintballs that are being shot at you because you're out in the field. You can't see them coming in because it's so foggy. And this is why I didn't embrace paintball as something deeper in my life, because I thought about it for a while. I was like, I'm really good and I really like paintball. It fits my gamer sensibilities. I can role play it well. I can run a team. I ran the raids and stuff. I really like paintball a lot, right? But I was also like, Jesus Christ, it's $200 every time I come. I'm way too drunk and hungover afterwards, or just overly stimulated, and I can't stand that being slightly overweight. Like back then, I was like slightly overweight. Like if a normal person was 200 pounds, I was 240. I was like about 40 pounds more than most people because I'm 6'3". And so, like, you know, so if you're 240 pounds, which is about the weight I was when I did my whole paintball thing, you're like steaming up your fucking glasses because you're not fat, but you're not skinny. You know, like these guys, they're not fat, but they're not skinny. See it?
Or I guess to the north of where the boats came out, and we're
yeah. I was like I was in their shape when I did this. So it's like you're not fat. You're not Cartmaning through the sweat of the goggles or anything yet, unless you're 300 pounds. But if you're like 240, this is miserable. Like oftentimes you'll pull the helmet and break the rules just to be able to see who's out there. And snowboarding's like this too. But you can't take the helmet off for snowboarding, or you'll get twigs, ice. You'll get snow blinded. You'll get snow blinded from the reflection of the sun on the snow and all this. You won't be able to see by the end of the day. You'll be like squinting and like I can't see and stuff. You have to have shade on snow, and when you're snowboarding, you need the helmets.
Behind him and pinch him and keep him on the tape line.
Like you can do it without it, and it's probably better, to be honest. But then at the end of the day, you pay like a 3-day cost where you can't see for 3 days.
We're gonna push him back down to the spot.
I've done it before.
It's just gonna be all gravy for Germany, baby.
I was a big snowboarder. My big claim to snowboard fame was my entire crew. They all broke their fucking clavicles, all fucking 5 of them. All 5 of them. I was the only one in the crew who didn't break his clavicle, and I went snowboarding like 80 times. I just was more sensible about it, I think. They wanted to push the limits with it, and I was like, nope. I like being able to skateboard back in the city, you know? I like being able to walk to school because I don't have a car. I'm 14 or 15, and I'm not taking risks on the slopes like you guys. And they'd be like, come into the back country and smoke a bowl with us in the back country where we won't get kicked out of the thing. And I was like, yes. But then at that point, you've got to get out of there, and there's all these trees. And that's how all 5 of my best friends in my inner circle, in my band, not my inner circle, but my band, all 4 of my band members, and someone else in our crew who was in a sister band that our bassist and our drummer were in, they all broke their clavicles. And then ironically, I broke my clavicle. It was the entire crew broke their clavicles. It would be an inside joke if I were to go back and see them. But of course, you know, I don't have any friends anymore. I'm an internet person. So, but like, you know, like if we were to get all together, we could tell this war story about how all of us were out of commission for like 9 months while we had a broken clavicle. But mine was when I was 36, when I I biffed it on a fucking moped, and I broke my fucking shoulder and my clavicle and my left cubital orbital something or another bone in my left ear. and smashed my head into the pavement and damaged my brain and got a nasty concussion and shit. And when I did that, I broke my clavicle. And so now I know what it's like. I was so jealous of them. I was so jealous that all 4 of them within a year had broken their clavicles and were in casts and I wasn't. I was the lead singer, so it probably was better than I wasn't, you know? But like, you know, or no, really it was worse for them because one of them was a drummer. One of them was a drummer and he fucking broke his clavicle. It was terrible for him. We didn't have a drummer for like 9 months. It was insane. And it was just like, dude, like, and so later on I did in the end, without meaning to, break my clavicle. And so everybody in my band has broken a fucking clavicle. I don't know why. It's just a common occurrence when you're doing shit like this. It is. I had another friend. And honestly, I have another friend in my inner circle who broke his clavicle when we towed him on a snow. I did it too. Everybody did it. We were having my friend drive his blue minivan around Denver in the deep blizzards when there was no one driving and stuff. And we would have him peel out up and down hills, and we would snowboard with a rope attached to a thing in the car. And he would tow us in a van that would go like 30, 40 miles an hour and shit in the snow because he was a really good Colorado snow driver. We trusted him. I trusted him with it. And I had a friend who wrapped himself around a tire and broke his clavicle doing that in the Colorado winter. And so there was 6 of us who have broken our clavicles. I don't know why. It was just something that randomly happened. And I like this story because it reminds me of being a young man who wasn't fat and drugged out and a loser. You know? Stories of youth or whatever. My entire crew broke their clavicles at some point in their lives. I don't know why. It just did. Now, we had another one that was worse. My best friend dropped one of my other best friends. They were wrestling, and he dropped him on his knee, right? He picked him up from behind, chokeholded him, and choked him out, and then dropped him on his knee, and career-ending ACL. Career-ending ACL. And all they were doing was wrestling at like 3 p.m. on a Friday. There was no snowboarding or anything else. And my best friend dropped one of my other best friends in a wrestling chokehold and broke his fucking, or whatever it is. It was just career-ending ACL tear. And it was so tragic. That's my friend R. My friend R was a professional skateboarder and a professional snowboarder, and he was looking to be in that scene. And just by accident, because we were like these young punker, angry people who fought each other all the time. Like when I showed up in my crew, I would start wailing on one of their fucking arms. That's how you say hello in my crew. You start fucking wailing on one of their arms. It's not handshake. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Because we're weird. We're just crazy with each other, right? So like in the snowboarding season, 4 years into the snowboarding fervor, because we're Colorado snowboarders, right? My friend C drops my friend R on his ACL and ended his career, and he was like a professional snowboarder and skateboarder. And it was the most tragic thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I watched him cry and scream and moan the second it happened, and he hit the ground, and I was like, oh no, something really bad has happened. I heard somebody's ACL tear like you would hear on an NFL game or something, and it was so tragic, and the love was so deep in our crew that R did not care. He didn't care at all. He accepted that he chose to wrestle with him. He accepted that my friend C, my best friend, is much better at it than him because my friend's a genius and R is not. And it just had watched a lot more videos and read a lot more books about it, and was just a lot more better at wrestling because he's a smarter and more intelligent man. I hate to say it, but he is. And so C won the fight and tore his ACL, and I mean R signed up for that fight. You know, this happens in MMA all the time. We used to play rock, paper, scissors, punch in the face, and that's how I lost 3 of my 4 molars. I've got them, but they're cracked and jagged. And when I run my left tongue, no, they're gone. Like 3 of them are gone, but I literally lost like 7 rock, paper, scissors, punch in the face, and I won like 10. And the 7 that I lost cost me like $4,000 in dental surgery. And I lost my wisdoms, and I lost my most of my molars. I've got jagged shit where my back molars should be, because I took punches to the face with no resistance. Because if you lose the rock, paper, scissors punch in the face, you have to sit there and not clench, right? You just wait for it. You can't clench. You can't brace for it. You brace for it because you see it coming. There's nothing you can do about that. They warn you. They're like, you're going to brace, and it's unfair, but you can brace. It's going to happen. You're not going to be able not to, right? But they're like, you can't visibly clench like 10 seconds before. You have to relax and wait for it, right? And when you lose the rock, paper, scissors punch in the face with your band and your blood brothers and shit, you've got to take a full-blown, unadulterated, not held back, young 20-year-old man's full fucking swing with all the power in it in your face. And I lost like 10 of those. Or I'm sorry, I lost 7 of them, I think. And I won 10. And yeah, all of us ended up with between $2,000 to $4,000 worth of dental surgery. All of us. We don't talk about that. My crew was like Jackass. A lot like it. You ever rode a snowmobile? You ever rode a snowboard up a hill 40 miles an hour in a city? Because I have.
Yeah, we're pushing this line. We're pushing them back into spawn, guys. Is it?
So I ended up being part of the clavicle crew later, which is a tragedy because I really wish that didn't happen. It sucks. I can show you the fucking scar, I think. I don't know if the camera can like really show it, but right here, it's hard to see, but all along this line, all along that line is scar tissue, 9 inches long, clavicle from a moped wipeout. Fucking moped wipeout. Late at night, sober. I was dead sober. I don't know what that was. Aneurysm or something.
The rest of the Mad Frog crew went left on the creek, and me.
If I had been drinking, I'd have a DUI and I'd actually be a felon. But I was dead cold sober, and they knew it. They tested. I woke up in hospital jail, and they were like, yeah, you were stone cold sober, and you must have just fallen asleep at the wheel or something. We don't know what happened, but you just wiped out at 3:45 in the fucking morning, and you were stone cold sober. And I was like, yep. Don't drive fucked up, you know? I'm a taxi driver. I don't drive fucked up. If I'm gonna go anywhere when I'm fucked up, I call for an Uber. If I live in a metro city, and if I don't live in a metro city, I call a yellow cab. I don't be driving fucked up. No. And that jibed with me. And they were like, yeah, this is usually the story of somebody who's in a drunken like moped wreck, but you aren't drunk. You have something deeper. You have a deeper problem. You either fell asleep at the wheel or you have sleep apnea, which I do, but I didn't develop that till like 5 years later. Like they were like, you might have sleep apnea, which caused you to fall asleep at the wheel or something. They were like, we don't know what it is, but we do know that you weren't drunk, and this wasn't about like being wasted. You didn't waste out on a pavement at 40 miles an hour because you were under the influence. You had some kind of fall asleep or aneurysm, and they were like, we're going with falling asleep because it was 3:45 in the morning. And I was like, yeah, me too. But I didn't really believe them. I went back like a week, it was like a week later, because they kept me in hospital jail for 5 days on a previous charge that had happened like 6 months before. And I got out of that one a year later, but it took a while. And like that one I should have gotten caught for, but they dropped it. They were like, no, the moped wreck is enough. You breaking your they were like, yeah, we're not going to keep chasing this stupid ass fucking like receiving stolen goods charge. We're going to bust it down to misdemeanor theft. And they were like, you'll have theft on your record, so everybody will know that you essentially either received stolen goods or stole the moped yourself, or they were never sure. They told us, they were like, we're not sure if you stole this or not, which is why we're going to let you ride on it. We're not going to put you in jail and stuff, but what we are going to tell you is the blue book on it is $200, so we can't really throw you in jail for a $200 moped. That's like shoplifting at that point. So they were like, yeah, we're going to bust a felony receiving stolen goods on a stolen moped worth $200 down to a fucking to a misdemeanor petty theft. And I was like, I'll take it, sure. That's what the PD told me. He was like, yeah, you're not going to get anything better than this. Most people actually get like DUI. He was like, you were very lucky you were sober. You're a drug addict. And I was like, yeah, I know. And he was like, and on top of it, like, you know, because usually it's a DUI on top of all of it, which compounds it all, right? But he was like, you were stone cold sober, so like we can't hit you for that. This was just you wiped out on this thing and you had a previous charge. So we're just going to deal with the previous charge, how the previous charge would be. Had you been DUI, we would have slammed you on all of it, right? And I was like, oh, thank God. Because, like, you know, I wasn't drunk that night. I didn't do a lot of drunk driving. I was a drug dealer. You go to jail doing that, you know? So I would call an Uber and have them drive me to the drug point. and have them bail out, do the drug deal, and fucking call another Uber, walk a block, and have them pick me up. Did it thousands of times. I love Uber, you know? I love taxis. I was a taxi driver for 13 fucking years. Like, part of the big problem with drug dealing is I think most drug dealers are actually high and drunk when they drive, and they sell to kids. But I've not been guilty of any of that. Not at all. I would take the Uber to voluntary, consenting internet adults who were desperate for my product, you know? It's not like I went go pushing to kids or something like that. They were desperate for it. They would call me 24/7, 365, fucking 5 in the morning. They're calling 45 times in 45 minutes trying to get my fucking number to actually answer. You know, those people were consenting adults trying to really get their product. They believed in it. They wanted it. They didn't believe in the government's control of it. I don't either. And you know, I like each day that goes by, I feel a little bit less guilty about doing that, because it's like, motherfucker, they asked me to do it. You know, they asked me to do that. None of them ever. I didn't call some up. I didn't go to some school ground and be like, hey kids, you want some dope? Like, I was constantly plagued by phone calls of people desperate to get it, who were consenting adults who were just using it in their own homes and weren't even getting busted doing it. I don't recall any of my customers ever getting busted, which is weird. I mean, I should have seen more people get busted over the year and a half I did it, but like, I don't remember any of my customers disappearing. I think they were all there. None of them got busted, I don't think. They were always the same. Always the same, like 55 people, I think, or some such. And they were, and I don't remember any of them going missing. I remember all the faces and all the names. I don't remember any of them going missing in that whole 2 years. And I know because I was told to look for that. They were like, if you see somebody who suddenly disappears, who used to do, like my friend D, he was like, if you see somebody who used to do $100 a day and then they disappear for 9 months, and then they show back up and they want $400 worth of dope and you haven't spoken to them in 9 months, you should be extremely fucking careful. You should take the deal. But before you actually do anything, you should really investigate the situation, because that's what happens when people are trying to roll on you and they've been busted by the cops. And I was like, okay, but I don't recall that ever happening. Every customer I had kept showing up for the full 2 years. You know, I don't remember anybody going missing.
Who reinforced us? We took them right on the creek.
Which makes me think that these were like consenting adults essentially using methamphetamine like alcohol, you know?
We were calling out where we should be going, where we had enemies.
Which is kind of where I want it to be. And I know that's a pro methamphetamine stance. I don't care. That's kind of where I want it to be. I want them to be able to go, instead of them going down to the ghetto and dealing with some fucking drug dealer and getting busted for DUI, and then going home and getting more high because you're depressed because you got busted for DUI, and then becoming a full-blown fucking fentanyl addict and robbing banks for your fucking habit and shit. I would prefer they could just go on down to the Walgreens, just like the liquor store, and buy their vice just like everything the fuck else, and pay $5 at the Walgreens for a fucking nickel sack or whatever, and no drug dealers or cartels involved. You know, I really feel this way. It's not like I'm saying everybody should smoke methamphetamine. I'm really not. I'm saying I'm against them fucking treating us like this. It's disgusting. Shouldn't the ravages and consequences of drug abuse be drug addiction, not jail? You know. And so in my lifetime, right, in that year and a half, I think I made something like 40 grand on drugs, and I re-upped for 26, and I walked with 14, and I spent, I think, $9,000 of that 14 on Uber, and walked with 5 grand. And I used, oh God, 2,400 of that 5 grand to pay a driver for 3 weeks, you know? Because I'm not trying to drive around with drugs. I'm not trying to crash into people DUI. I'm not trying to sell to children. I'm trying to sell to the same customers that patronize Walgreens. All my customers were the same people that you would see at Walgreens. None of them were these fucking drug rats from the ghetto and stuff. I didn't do business with people like that. They were middle class fucking white people who all had jobs, paying for methamphetamine because it was their vice, and really pissed off that they're paying between really it was $50 to $70 to $90 for it, you know? And I really feel for them. They should be able to walk down to the fucking Walgreens or whatever and spend $10 on a dime sack. I don't really see why incarceration is the solution to this.
Beautiful.
Woo. Ion 2018 Invasion of Normandy, and the one cool thing about this game that sets it apart from a lot is the use of tanks, mobile death machines, spitting paintballs, rapid rate of...
You know what I would like to legalize is intravenous drug use. It's unnecessary. It should be hunted the way that we hunt cartel. You want to hunt something? Hunt needles. Needles kill people. Drugs don't kill people. Needles kill people. Now, people do overdose snorting lines of cocaine and die. But, I mean, that's mainly because they're buying so much and there's so much in the lifestyle and the dope is so cut with the garbage that they've toxified their bloodstream so bad that they overdose. If the Walgreens sold pure cocaine, we'd have a lot less overdose deaths. It's hard to overdose on cocaine. It's hard to overdose on heroin. It's hard to lift a needle to overdose on heroin, which is my primary complaint about the death of Kurt Cobain. When you're on 7 grams of black tar heroin, like fucking, 7 gram rocks, like fucking Kurt Cobain and shit, you can't lift a shotgun.
Fire. And we got
You can't lift your eyelids.
one behind me, the war pig. We're gonna go over there and check it out. Let's go see what's going on.
Right there, the little sling.
We stand.
Oh, you can sit in that thing?
Oh my gosh, that's
Oh my god. It's so awesome.
somebody sits right here and we just point
Fucking
out
awesome.
4 windows.
Awesome.
So you got 1, 2,
Awesome.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Reaper.
About 8 holes.
8 holes. Can you, what are the restrictions that are put on you guys?
I love this man shit. I'm sorry. I like the man show. I'm toxic masculine as hell. I want to fuck my strippers in the ass. I don't care. I'm fucking toxic masculine. I'm embracing it. I'm not toxic masculine like Andrew cocksucker Tate. I'm toxic masculine like I like to fuck strippers in the ass and I'll fucking tell anybody about it. I don't care. And I know it's toxic masculine. Don't care.
Any like, hey, for a vehicle can't be this big, can't go this fast.
Sorry.
No,
I mean, if someone come out here and inspect it and go, yeah, that doesn't meet our guidelines, can't race today.
And so this shit just like, I go big rubbery man one for this. I'm like, yeah, man shit. It sucks. And I hate this element of my personality, but yeah, let's go get drunk and shoot paintballs at each other.
I mean, you seen that German tank? It was about 20 feet
Yeah,
tall.
fuck yeah. Especially if they're actually getting into it. If it's like they're doing it as obligatory so they can hang out with the homies, I'm not that into it. But when they're actually trying to do it and play it like a real game, I get into it. I love it.
I don't know if this one is restricted.
Like this. This is like getting into it, you know?
height restrictions.
Get into it.
You get hit once with a rocket.
You get hit once with a rocket, you're out.
You gotta park. You can't move.
You gotta park. You can still shoot, but you can't park. You gotta park. That's a good rule. I like it. See, they're actually into it. They're like doing Dungeons and Dragons rules on their fucking tank behavior. Because it said, yeah, you got hit with a rocket launcher. It's fair to say that your tank tread probably got broken, you know? It's fair to say that something bad happened. Like maybe the guys inside fried to death, right? So at the very least, you should probably pull the car over and not stop the car immediately if you get hit with a rocket. I love that.
And the second time, lights go on, you're out.
So
Yeah, and the second time you're out. Yup. I love it. It's like D&D. I fucking love it. I like that they've got rules because it turns into a shit fest really fast. When you're playing a massive game like this, it turns into a shit show really fast if people don't observe the rules. Like laser tags like that, you would sometimes see like 80 kids on a fucking Friday night at like 11 p.m. and stuff, and like maybe 60 of them are actually playing like by the rules. There's like 20 of them there that aren't, you know? And they're like blocking like deflectors and shit. And they're hiding in corners and turning off lights and stuff like this and blocking lights so they can hide in shadow and shit like that. And yeah, you know, so even in laser tag, you get cheaters. So in this, you really got to observe the rules. You can probably get kicked out and banned out of the entire weekend, or it turns into a shit show so fast that it breaks your game, you know? These guys ended up like swarming this tank and just harassing this poor guy for 45 fucking minutes with paintball guns instead of doing the paintball match, right? No.
It's a requirement, yeah, it's a requirement.
any other like requirements then?
Not really.
No. All right, guys. Reaper 12. Got my gear. I'm going out. I'm gonna shoot some Germans.
Good hunting. Fuck the Nazis, not Germans. Fuck the Nazis. What do we say, children? Fuck the Nazis.
All right, guys, we're here Sunday at Ion 2018. Yesterday was
BRB.
awesome. The battle was great.
Today it's a little moist. Started about 2:30 last night and really hasn't stopped.
The game goes on, and it will go on until 1 o'clock when it's supposed to end. We'll see.
Fuck
We're about to head out with the Allies, check out some of the missions they're doing, gonna see where the points are at, and see who wins Ion 2018.
It's a little bit of everything. We need our armored on the field.
Voodoo Ranger. A piece of Colorado, the greatest state in the fucking union. We stopped Trump.
Wheels right now. Who wants it more? And,
We managed it.
Looks like, from what you can see behind us, it looks like
Hells yeah, Colorado. Hells yeah, Colorado beer. Fuck yeah, Colorado, land of my birth. I miss her dearly, so I drink her beer rather than going home. I drink this beer because it's a piece of home. I get so homesick for the women and the people and the life, and I miss it so badly. But the city killed me, and the rent's $2,000. So here's the piece of home.
They're gonna get. It looks like they're gonna get overrun by the Germans, man, and that is not something, if you know your history, that happened in World War II. All right. Ow!
Oh, it hurts so bad. Oh, fuck you. Come on, he's doing an interview. No.
We're on the front line here. Is getting shot. The Allies are staging up for a big push. They're pretty much at their...
It sucks when it hits you in a bone. It hurts so bad. You're like, it's better when it's muscle or tissue. The bone hurts so bad. You're like, oh, and then you get this black bruise for like 3 weeks and stuff that looks like a fucking softball in your shoulder. Paintball bruises. Let's go look at this. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but I have. I've had them a lot. Paintball bruises. This will be funny. Oh no. Paintball bruises. Best of paintball bruises, right? Oh no, this is gonna make you guys go puke in the sink. I'm terribly sorry. Okay, creating the world's largest bruise. Oh no, so nobody else has to. No thanks. Oh yeah, there you get an idea. Unfunny paintball moments. Yeah, I bet they are. Best of paintball fails. Oh, that's his nuts. Yeah, don't shoot a guy in the dick, Butters. Please aim for the face. I know how really, really disgusting that is, but like, please aim for the guy's face in video games or paintball. Please do not shoot the guy in the fucking dick. Most of the streamers on YouTube who think that they're good on video games. Like Actman. Actman shoots guys in the dick all the time. I watch him do it. It makes me sick. Do not shoot that guy in the fucking nuts. What in the literal fuck is wrong with you? Tilt it up just a few degrees. That guy might need to have kids tomorrow, you know? What if his wife just mounts him and he's like, no, babe, no. Right? Come on, don't shoot the guy in the dick, Butters.
Yo, I'm so sorry, bro. What a way to start things off. There's nothing quite like blasting another player right in the paintball.
Please aim higher. You are so bad. Aim higher.
Nothing says I'm the best like stalking an entire unexpected paintball.
There it is. This guy's good.
Right?
Oh. He killed 5 people. This guy is a winner. Winners are gonna win. Shit. Oh no, he lit up 5 of his own team. He lit up 5 of his own team and he didn't get shots because they're bad. I've been there, buddy. I've been there.
Now, speaking of being the best, you can't be the best.
What is this guy doing? He's going to get hurt. You can see it immediately. This is not the CIA training center.
Practice.
Oh. Yeah, what'd you do? Break your ribs? Oh.
All right, that kind of looked like it sucked just a little bit.
But no, what it really is broken ribs.
But in all honesty, it couldn't have been that bad.
I think, no, he got the wind knocked out of him.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that's bad. He's bleeding internally.
Way to prove me wrong, little dude.
Yeah, humans are very fragile things. The movies make you think that you can just be Terminator and shit, but nah, man, a simple fall will absolutely fuck you up for 9 weeks. You know what I'm saying? 9 fucking weeks. This is why I don't do a lot of physical things. A, because I'm a lazy fat ass. B, because you can really get hurt going out your fucking front door, and I'm very conscious of this. I didn't have health insurance most of my life. I was in the lower class, so I don't do a lot of things anymore that puts me at risk for stuff like this, because I'm like, yeah, I can't pay for it. When I'm rich, I will. I'll go jump out of a plane with my motherfucking cell phone in my hand, and I'll put it on my stream. If I'm ever rich, you know? But like, I'm not doing that till I have money. That kid doesn't have money. Let's hope he has Obamacare.
Now, here's what I really want to know.
Oh, I mean, maybe he has money. He seems to be pretty rich, actually.
Think that wearing a mask could have reduced the damage?
No, he broke his rib. He like knocked the air out of himself and broke his ribs, I think.
To his face?
You can see it. He took a rib blow right into the floor.
Personally,
oh,
I don't think
yeah,
so.
he's like not face planting, he's rib planting.
So,
oh, you can see the fucking bones break. Maybe
I think it would have did the exact same amount of damage.
oh, see, and this is why you don't fall. Don't fall. Don't ever fall. It's way worse than getting punched in the face or something like that. Like actual physics of hitting the ground is way worse than getting punched or something like that.
Anyway,
oh my god, dude, did you break 4 ribs?
For the audience watching at home,
call 911. You've already experienced significant blood loss.
Friend?
Yeah, get to the phone. Yeah, don't try this at home. Don't talk. This man is a hero. I can't believe you like spoke through the blood to say don't try this at home. But I mean, it's what a good person would have said. You are a fucking hero. I love you.
Solid.
Cheers to you, nameless, faceless paintball kid. This beer is for you. You know what I'm saying? Here's to you, warn the kids guy. Please warn the kids. Don't try this at home. Oh. Oh. Dun, dun. Shake, 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 shake. Shake, shake. Roll outs. Oh, yeah. This is there. Oh, by the way, that was what, $4? $5.
Oh, shit, dude. It's alright. Hopper's come off.
It's a little cheaper than that, but it's not much. It's like 69 cents or something. It's so fucked up.
So
it's so expensive to play
paintball. On
paintball.
the paintball field?
Yeah.
Well, have you ever really lost a leg?
No. This guy lost his leg.
He is literally putting on his prosthetic leg. How insane is that?
Oh, I don't care about this.
Busted
Move forward.
This next guy is gonna wish his leg was a prosthetic one.
No, do not run through that.
I broke my leg, dude.
If that's not the face of pure shock, I don't know what is.
Hey, Franco.
Somebody please explain this next clip to me, because it just boggles my mind.
Why are we live against all these people standing around? Gun safety, you fucking moron. It is a gun, even if it's PSI. It's still a gun. Why are we active with all these people standing around?
Figure out what just happened.
What are we doing here?
Please let me know.
Yeah? Oh my god.
What happened here? So... Oh, shit. A paintball came through from way outside. Way out. Someone fired in the air probably. And it just hit him while he was aiming at her.
Oh my god, it bounced off the fucking floor and hit my face.
Oh my god. It was just a fucking... Like a fucking... what do they call that? A stray round. It was a stray fucking paintball from way over in some other field. It was insane. That's insane.
Imagine this. You're in the middle of a speedball game when suddenly your marker goes down. What do you do? What do you do? Well, you could always just start lobbing paintballs.
Lobbing paintballs. Why not?
Seriously, I need to know if he eliminated anyone. Would that even count?
Nope. I mean, you do what you have to. Oh! I want to see it again. What? What is that? What is that? Did it, like, explode? Oh, come on. Fucking paintballs, man. It's kind of a shaky tech, I gotta say. A little bit. It doesn't really work that well, I gotta say. Nope. What was that? What was that? It was just popped on impact and then bloom! Some kind of fucking backup in the fucking chamber. Boom! And blew his cap off. And when that's happening, you've got a wrecked gun. It's gone now. It's gonna take you days to get all that paint out of there. Nope. Oh, nope! Oh! Oh, that's just wrong. Nope. 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 Can't do it. Retire. How much must this happen in real life war? You go to fucking fire at the main guy that if you killed him, the battle would be over, right? And it goes clink, and you fucking jam, and you're like, what? This would have been over.
Gentlemen, I present to you paintballs versus the bees. Side note here.
Beaties?
Please, just don't ever try this at home. Or anywhere else for that matter.
What are we doing?
I broke a ball. Hold on a sec. Oh, what the hell is that thing? Stop biting me, you damn bug.
It's a bug?
Oh, what the hell it was? That hurt like hell.
It was a paintball.
There's a damn hornet's nest here.
Oh. Oh, it's a bee. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're on a hornet's nest. What? What? Why would you do this? This is gonna fucking... That's so stupid. Why would you shoot the hornet's nest, you fucking Neanderthal? Why? First of all, bees are people too or whatever. Do not kill bees. And second, like, why would you shoot a hornet's nest? It's the proverbial idiocy. You don't kick the hornet's nest, you fucking idiots. Let's see what happens. Ah, they're stinging me. Ah, they're stinging me. No, I'm stinging. They're stinging me. Go. I gotta get a river. I gotta find water. I gotta find water. They're stinging me over and over again. Oh God. I love humans. You better run, bitch, and I'm talking to a river, because they won't stop. They will poison you to death. You better fucking run. You should have run 10, 15 seconds ago. Low IQ is not a fucking excuse. You should have known. Why the fuck would you shoot at fucking hornets? Were you gonna hit one? Do you shoot bees with paintball guns often? You ever thought about how fucking likely it is to actually hit a bee with a paintball gun? That's like, I mean, if you can do that, you're the best shooter in the world, I guess. Cause yeah, and
Oh my God, that sucked like hell.
they're not gonna stop. You better run.
Hey, get out of here.
No, they're not gonna. Now they've got your scent and they're gonna kill you because they think you tried to kill the queen. You have to go jump in a river now, or they're gonna keep stinging you like you've been sprayed by a skunk. You have to get out of there. You're stupid. You're stupid. Like, I'm sorry, but I did grow up in the Rocky Mountains. I'm not in New Jersey and shit like that. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid like this idiot. Oh my God. Oh, there goes your tailbone. I'm guessing. Ah, yeah. So I tripped on my own pants in a paintball field. This was the last time I played paintball too. It was the last time. I was like, I'm not doing this again afterwards. Like I tripped on my baggy raver pants when I was playing paintball, and I face planted, but I had taken point in lead. So then the 15 people behind me, we were in one of those like township things where there's all these buildings made of wood, and you're like firing out windows and shit like that, and like I don't know how many people was there that day. 20, I think. There was like 19 people just trampled me. They just like I tripped on my pants. I face planted with the gun, and I'm on the ground. And then 19 people are like, "We're not stopping," so they just trample me. All 19 of them, and it sucked. And I quit the game, and I never went back. Because I was close to death. I think it didn't hurt me in any way or form. I'm not long lasting. I felt like I had been trampled by 19 people for 2 months, but it didn't hurt me or break any bones, you know. But it definitely was one of the worst things that's ever happened to me, getting trampled by 19 people. And I couldn't justify going back again. My friends kept asking for a couple years after that, and I was like, I don't know, man. I got trampled by 20 people once, and I'm just scared it'll happen again because I'm the only one there with any balls, and I tend to take point. You know, I'm a point man. I'm a point man in most situations, except for like survival games and stuff. At which point, I believe that those guys probably play that game more than I do, so let them make the choices, right? But like most of the time, I take point because I don't trust the monkeys around me to actually do it. Does that make sense? Like literally, especially in paintball, I take fucking point and I run the team, or I don't want to be there. Because most people are goddamn stupid. They're like fucking stupid. Like that guy who shot the beehive, you know? So like, and after the 20 people trampled me, after taking point, which I knew I was going to take almost every single game, like, yeah, I was like, no, next time I'll probably die, you know? And that's exactly what happened to this guy, by the way. What happened to me is exactly what happened to him. See how he's moving too fast because he's got people behind him and he's got people in front of him, right? So on his team. So their pacing is affecting his, and he's moving faster than he should be. And that's what I did. I moved faster because I had 19 people behind me pushing a 20-man team forward, or whatever it was, 15 something, 20 people. Two of which were some of my best friends. And like fucking even my best friends just trample me to get over me because they're like, we're not stopping the game while you get up. They just walked over me. And now a lot of them were really nice about it. They like stepped around my legs, but some of them just straight walked on my fucking back, you know? They didn't care. They didn't take the time to even acknowledge it, really. They just walked. They just trampled me, you know? And I think that's, and I was skinny then. It was like, I was like, shit, what if they had like stepped on my heart or my lungs or something, you know? Crush syndrome is one of the worst things that can happen to a human being. Getting trampled is one of the worst things that can happen to a human being. It's worse than like falling out of a plane. Like when you got crush syndrome from something trampling you or crushing you, it is the worst thing that can happen to a human being. It's like your blood and your fucking muscle and your guts are being compacted into a pulp inside of your skin tissue. That is what crush syndrome is, and I came close to it. I believe they came close to crushing me, you know? And I was like, I'm never putting myself in a situation like that ever again, because I'm not doing this without taking point. I didn't trust anybody there but my best friend. I didn't trust my other friend even. I was like, I don't trust anybody here. I think we're going to lose this, you know? Oh! Yeah. And that's what happened to me, except I face planted, right? I tripped on my pants. My pants snared me up, and I fucking face planted, and they just ran over me. It sucks so bad. Like they weren't thinking. It was the first 15 seconds of the game. The siren or bell or whatever the fuck it was went off, and we just ran forward like okay, horses chomping out the bit at the horse races, and they didn't stop. I fell, and they just trampled me. And it was weird because I got up afterwards and I was like, well, I'm not bleeding and my body isn't like broken. And like 19 people just like basically walked across me, and I'm young and I'm skinny. So it's like, all right, I'm fairly tough and this wasn't that bad, but I left the game and I was like, yeah, I can't really breathe too good. And I'm dazed and I'm in shock, and yeah. ugh. See, you move too fast because you've got guys waiting for you, or your point, and you're the first guy, which is what happened to me. And so you're the one going the fastest because you're the point. So you're really like boom down that fucking hallway and shit, like trying to find the first target and then dodge from it while your friends shoot at them, right? That's what point is lighting up. You're basically the guy who's gonna die because you're the guy who's going in first, right? And they all light up on you, and you probably get shot. But if you're good, you don't, right? And while they're lighting up on you, your team kills them, and that's how you win engagements. Is distraction on a target, right? And so yeah, and that sucked. Yeah, like that kind of fall. I took a face plant, hard, fast. I was running full tilt, like through a fucking, what do they call those, like Vietnam villages or whatever. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, hit! Ah.
Oh, he took like 26 rounds.
Right in the balls. Ah.
Oh. Oh. Ow, my balls. Ow, my balls. Next on Ow, my balls. Fuck you, I'm eating.
Ah, man. Oh,
Next up on Ow, my balls.
I never got hit there before.
Yeah. Haha.
I'm telling you right now, if you don't wear gloves when you play paintball,
You're stupid.
maybe you should.
You really should. Oh my god, you are going to get your fucking cuticles cracked by a paintball, and it's going to be so painful. And the next day, you're going to feel the fucking fingernail shatter as your body rejects it and shit, and it's going to shatter on you. You're going to pull it off. It'll be a finger without a fingernail. Why are you doing this live? I mean, yeah, you're live. Like, there's a dude over there aiming at you. You should pull back. You are so dumb. You are going to take like 10 hand hits when the inevitable fire opens up right in the next 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Oh! No. Ouch. Ooh. You fucking idiot. Yeah, don't shoot me. Don't shoot me.
Over a hand or knuckle shot any day.
Ugh.
But staying on the topic of nut shots, I feel this next player would have preferred the knuckle shot.
Mercy.
Oh, yo, stop. Are you okay? Are you okay, bro?
No. Oh. In the back. You shot him in the back, you idiot. You were overzealous. Mercy? Oh. Oh. Oh my god, you face planted a wall and broke your neck. Oh my god, don't break your neck in front of me. You are so lucky, fatty. No, I'm kidding. I'm fat. I'm just kidding. It's not right to call him fatty. I'm just saying you're lucky because with that much fucking force into a wall like that, because of how big you are, you're lucky you did not lose your life.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have been running that fast.
Fuck, sorry.
Yeah, like it's just unsafe. It's you're like 390 pounds and you face planted into a wall, and you're really lucky you did not break your neck.
Around the corner.
Dude, there's one right here, right by the blue arrow.
I want to bump up to this wall here. All right. You ready? Yep. 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Safety's on, pull back. And he doesn't say anything. So this guy's going to get fucking sprayed and it's going to be miserable. Pull back, I jammed. This is why you actually talk. I kicked this kid in my channel this year who kind of irked me a lot in some ways, but I liked him in a lot in the other ways, right? But he said something about XQC talking too fast, And he wanted me to shame XQC for talking too fast. But the difference is XQC is an Overwatch player like me. And the reason that the XQC talks so fast is because you need to be like, jam, come back, back. A jam, come back, back. Like, a jam, come back. Jam, back. Right? That's how an Overwatch player is actually going to look out for his fucking teammate. And if you're not that kind of jittery, you won't do well in competitive. You won't do well. You have to be like, oh God, Reaper. Right? And so they want to shame XQC for this. I don't want to. They're like, XQC's language is because he's foreign or something. It's because he's foreign. He's like French Canadian. So they want to attack his shit. And that's funny when it's a beloved brother in your clan or something. But when the public does it to him, it's not funny. And like, and they want to get him for his patterns of speech. And I'm like, nah, motherfucker, if you come up on the paintball field or the Overwatch field, you want to know how you get up talking like that so fucking fast? You got to get information across fast. Like there's a Reaper there, right on the left. Fucking get the fair. Right? It's like you got to talk fast. Like, man, like you jam, pull back, jam. And this guy's not doing that. And this is one of the reasons why I don't trust the other people and I always take points. I don't trust them, right? So I'd rather I face the problems and circumnavigate those problems in my brain and in the action and stuff than let this jackass decide my fate, you know? And he doesn't tell the guy. So this guy's now running out into full-blown frontal fire with no cover and shit. And this is how people lose battles. And all he has to do is use his mouth right now and say, jam, pull back, jam, pull back. But no, he sits there and fucks with the gun for 30 seconds while his friend probably takes 10 rounds. I got hit. Did you hear it? He said it. I got hit. Yeah. Great teamwork. Fucking dick. Safety's still on. I'm sorry, if I'm going on a live fire exercise, whether it's paintball or a weapon, right? And I intend to use that weapon, I'm fucking firing that weapon. I don't wait till the battle to find out if the safety's on. And for shame, because I am not a gun person. I own guns, but I'm not a gun person. I don't think about them. I don't go look at my gun. I think of it as a safety, you know, like a safety. I've got a nail gun and a real gun and a shotgun, and my stepdad's got many firearms. And like, you know, and we're gun owners and we're about gun safety and stuff. But I don't think about guns. I don't shoot them. I don't go look at my gun. I know where it is, and I haven't looked at it in a year and a half. It's just there with the safety off ready if there's ever a problem. And like, you know, and I don't think about it, right? This guy, he thinks about this all day, but yet still goes into fucking battle with the safety on and lets his friend run into a volley. And you can hear his friend going, I'm hit. Yeah, you're hit. Yeah, because your friend fucking choked up on the fucking safety. It didn't yell at you, jam, pull back, jam. It's not that fucking hard, and this is why I don't trust them. I've never trusted them. They don't get into the roleplay of it. They just think it's going to be fine somehow. Oh my God, you shot the ref. Great gun jam into the fucking ref shot, you fucking idiot. Get off the fucking field now. You have been expelled. You shot the ref. Fucking expelled. You're expelled. Get off our paintball course.
Hey, Ethan, charge him.
Do you dump 45 rounds into a body often? You know, like that poor black man who pulled out his wallet in Brooklyn and shit, and the 4 white cops and shit back in, like, what was that, 96 or something like that, right? They just plow, reload, plow. 57 shots in that guy pulling out his wallet because they told him to, you know? And then they reloaded and continue spraying into his body. And it's like, what the fuck? You guys are such gun nuts. How about some gun safety then? Fucking shitheads. Why are you... Okay.
Oh, baby, it's triple!
Lastly, we have some sharp metal bunkers, ice, and a player that just can't stop playing. Remember, this is only paintball. If you get hurt, just call yourself out.
First side.
Oh. Nope. Nope. Go. Nope.
Fucking getting blood everywhere.
Yeah, don't. Why would you fight, you idiot? Just get out of it. Nope. You're gonna catch all kinds of infections doing that. Don't do that. Actually, I don't know. In the snow, no, you won't. You probably won't. You won't get infections from the snow. No, it's too cold. You're lucky. If you were doing that in summer and you're like wiping your fucking shit on the grass, right? Catch yourself some nasty staph infections and shit like that. You're fucking stupid. Oh, I don't want to see that anymore. So enough pain, right? Sometimes I do pain on my stream. I don't really like doing pain on my stream though.
Insertion point right here. We're on the front lines. The Germans are right here in the clearing, pushing on the Allies. These guys are all taking positions right now.
He's like ready to dodge because he might take sniper fire. And they have sniper paintball guns that'll travel like 200 meters. It's insane.
Push.
Yep. See it like they're like see it like that is some significant meters, like 90.
They're all
yeah, that's like 90 meters or something. That guy, that's not that much actually. It's like 50.
Back at their insertion
But Jesus Christ, that guy's good at that.
point, and the Germans are just beating their asses right now. So, yeah, these guys are getting rocked. This is intense. Yeah, they're just dead.
What's going on out there right now?
Recap, we are kicking Allied ass. Yeah.
What are they trying to do?
You're losing this year, bitches. All you guys that talk smack on Skirmish's website, guess what? Guess what? Oh, we're gonna call the ambulance out. Yeah, Germany, baby. Oh! No goddamn mercy! Guys, move up! Move up!
Can I get in?
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody up! Everybody up!
It was a good video. I liked it. Thank you, GI Sports, for the excellent content for my stream. I've liked and sub to your channel. Going to go back to what we were looking at here. Oh, did you shut me off? Yes, you did.
The Israeli government imposed a blockade on Gaza. It said it was trying to stop the group from bringing in weapons and prevent its fighters crossing into Israel.
The civilian population are facing increasing desperation and misery.
But it also trapped the population.
Israel says that Gazans will not starve on a more basic diet.
The notion that you could keep 2 million people locked up indefinitely with no real
bullshit.
economy, who are entirely dependent on Israel opening and closing the border to allow movement of goods and people in, where majority of the people are now impoverished, I think was not only absurd, but also quite cruel, because it depended on periodic, predictable eruptions of violence that from Israel's standpoint were acceptable.
As Netanyahu had predicted, within a year, Hamas was firing rockets and mortars into Israel. Israel responded with airstrikes. It would become a recurring cycle. By 2008, Netanyahu was once again running for prime minister with a campaign slogan of "Strong against Hamas."
Strong against Hamas.
He is a great politician, and he has understood the DNA of the Israeli public. He understands that you have to look him in the eye and you have to say, "I'll keep you safe."
I'll keep you safe.
Benjamin Netanyahu appears to have locked up the prime minister's office.
He was re-elected amid growing fear of Hamas attacks. But during the run-up to his victory, a new president had entered the White House.
Oh, yeah! It's Obama.
Netanyahu was concerned.
Oh no.
I happened to be on a reporting trip in Jerusalem, and I went into the coffee shop at the King David.
Netanyahu was concerned because Netanyahu is a right wing and Obama is woke. And we gonna crack the whip and scare the fucking fascists.
There was one other person
Netanyahu knew he might not have any fucking truck with Obama.
there, and it was Netanyahu sitting in a corner by himself reading newspapers. There was one thing in his mind.
Will I get along with the black president? Probably not, because I don't like black people, and I'm a Jew. I'm kidding. But I mean, that's what they say about him, though.
This guy, Obama. Who is he? What is he really like? And he wanted very much to point out to me, as if I didn't know it, that Obama's middle name was Hussein.
Obama, Dick riding, Obama. Because I'm Dick riding, Obama, Obama.
What could this man bring to bear on Israel?
From his first day in office, President Obama had set a new tone.
I'm going to interrupt this terribly real-world suit dummy lie and take an intermission here and run a different video, right? And yeah, and we're just going to like break the whole serious vibe and everything. And we'll do some The Kitty Man Cometh. Because I don't really agree with all of their war vibes killing our fucking, bitch don't kill my vibe. I don't really agree with that. So here we go. Here's the Kitty Man sea shanty in the middle of their Israel-Palestine thing, because I take both about as seriously. Meow. What was the cat in the hungry belly? Blame when the cat was Whiskers jelly. This was dry and his bowl was bare. Well, my furry cat's meow. Soon may the kitty men come when the birds and mice and the tasty numbs. One day when the kittens come, we'll eat till our bellies are full. Little boys in the other round, bathe their seas from a sack they found. They don't say the seas they spread on the ground, bathe those butters of boots. Soon may kitty men come when the birds and mice and the tasty numbs. One day when the critters come, we'll eat till our bellies are full. Gutting was bored and the morale had dipped. When the seas grew green catnip. Green and they snacked and they all got ripped. They all had a meow that night. Soon may the skycat come with the bird and nice and tasty numbs. One day and the critters come, we'll eat till our bellies are full. Birds were hung and the morn was nigh. It was strong and they all got high. Their bellies were shrunk and their bowls still dry. Oh, bring us some ice today. Soon may the kitty men come with the birds and mice and the tasty numbs. One day when the critters come, we'll eat till our bellies are full. Now back to a crisis.
His first phone call was to Mahmoud Abbas.
Great.
He started off by sending the right signals to Palestinians. And I found that very sincere.
Let's go look at Obama and Palestine. Obama and Palestine. You can learn more.
As we speak, the world feels more unstable and more dangerous than it has in a very long time. Russia's brutal invasion of Ukraine continues to challenge the international order. This summer, delivered record-breaking temperatures.
My God, I want a real leader again. Biden isn't it. Trump isn't it. I'm sick of the fucking placeholders.
Across the planet, with an uptick in drought and flooding, wildfires.
Yep.
Right here in
Lahaina.
America.
I lived in Lahaina, and Lahaina burned. There's a lot of crisis and problems, at home and abroad.
But also around the world, we've seen a continued assault on democratic norms, escalating political polarization.
A fine mahawk to you, Obama.
A lot of it fueled by a steady stream of misinformation and bile on social media. And of course, over the last few weeks, we have watched a...
My God, you talk so slow. It's always bothered me. It seems like he's so into himself that he needs to talk slow. Do you guys ever get that from him? I love him, but he really talks slow.
Deadly struggle unfold in the Middle East.
And he's like, reflect upon the sentence I just said, but it's not that deep of a sentence. You get it? He talks too slow.
Triggered by the...
Deep reflection upon that sentence I just said.
Horrific murder of more than 1,400 mostly civilian Israelis.
Mostly civilian
Israelis.
Israelis.
At the hands of Hamas.
Hands of
as
Hamas.
well as the abduction of over 200 hostages.
My God, you're slow. Please get to the fucking point.
And then an Israeli response that has so far resulted in the displacement of well over 1 million people. The death of at least 9,000 Palestinian civilians. Thousands of them also children. The cutoff of water, food, electricity to a captive population that risks creating an even greater humanitarian crisis. And all of this is taking place against the backdrop of decades of failure to achieve a durable peace for both Israelis and Palestinians. One that is based on genuine security for Israel, a recognition of its right to exist, and a peace that is based on an end of the occupation and the creation of a viable state and self-determination for the Palestinian people. For the Palestinian of the occupation and the creation of a viable state and self-determination for the Palestinian people.
A viable state for the Palestinian people.
Now, I will admit, it is impossible to be dispassionate in the face of this carnage. It is hard to feel hopeful. The images of families mourning, of bodies being pulled from rubble, force a moral reckoning on all of us. And the ensuing debate has roiled college campuses, divided friends and allies, laid bare generational divides, and set off a surge of anti-Semitism and anti-Muslim sentiment. And even here, within our Obama Foundation family, we've had to sort through our anguish, our outrage, our fears, and our differences on the issues. Not so much differences in the outcome we wish for. I had a conversation with a group of you around this issue, and you were passionate and pushed me around some of the public statements I'd made. And the issue is not a wish for different outcomes, an end to the killing, peaceful coexistence between two sovereign and free peoples, but rather different assessments of the path that we need to take in order to get there, and the roles each of us have to play in order to maximize the chances of what seems impossible right now.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking.
Because he didn't need to make that phone call.
Mr. President, thank you for this opportunity.
Later, for his first television interview, he chose an Arab TV network.
I have Muslim members of my family. I have lived in Muslim countries. My job is to communicate the fact that the United States has a stake in the well-being of the Muslim world.
It is my privilege to come here.
And he signaled to Palestinians and Israelis that he wanted to restart the peace process.
As history shows us that strong and sustained American engagement can bridge divides and build the capacity that supports progress.
In May 2009, he invited Netanyahu to the White House.
All right, everybody. Just tell me when everybody's set up. Great. Well, listen, I first of all want to thank Prime Minister Netanyahu for making this visit.
Obama took a hard line with Netanyahu. He pressed the Prime Minister on a key issue, stopping the construction of Israeli settlements in the West Bank on land captured in the '67 war and claimed by the Palestinians.
It wasn't a request, it was a demand. And I think that this shocked Netanyahu, shocked the people around Netanyahu, and sort of gave proof to the people who had been whispering in Netanyahu's ears that this guy's up to no good.
That settlements have to be stopped in order for us to move forward. That's a difficult issue, I recognize that.
Yeah.
But it's an important one, and it has to be addressed.
Has to be
The
addressed.
signal he was sending to the Israelis was one of
Hey, it's an American leader actually talking about policy. This is the only time we've ever seen in 50 years.
I believe that this has to come to an end. They
We
need to
we got Bush puking on Japanese laps. Yeah.
movements any longer. There has to be an end to it.
For Netanyahu, his first meeting with the president couldn't have gone worse.
I think Netanyahu recognized in Obama suddenly a person who was hell-bent on setting up a Palestinian state.
They were better behaved than before.
And I remember him coming back from his first meeting with President Obama. Something that tells him that it's going to be a different president. Super intelligent lawyer. He has a vision. It's something in what we in Hebrew call the neshoime. The soul is too cold to be connected to Israel.
Once again, Netanyahu was at odds with an American president. Obama's peace efforts over the next few years wouldn't be able to break the cycle of violence that had been raging between Israel and the Palestinians.
Israel is carrying out brand new airstrikes in the Gaza Strip today.
New explosions in Gaza, fresh Israeli airstrikes. Sirens warned of another round of Hamas rockets. Since the fighting began,
Obama would send his veteran conflict negotiator, George Mitchell, to the region more than 20 times.
Hamas security forces the target in a third day of Israeli missile strikes in Gaza.
Emotions were very high and very negative. There was a lot of hostility, a lot of feelings of victimization on both sides. The circumstances were not conducive to moving forward.
Mitchell says that he will be going back to the region in the next few days.
Neither side was ready to do a deal.
Mitchell back again in Israel.
Eventually, Mitchell gave up. He submitted his letter of resignation in 2011.
I withdrew. I concluded that the level of mistrust between both societies made it highly unlikely that they would be able to overcome that level of mistrust and reach agreement.
Thank you. Thank you for helping us understand. We love you, and I'm sorry that you had to resign.
Obama doubled down.
For 6 months, we have witnessed an extraordinary change taking place in the Middle East and North Africa.
Amid the Arab Spring, he delivered a speech at the State Department that lasted nearly an hour, but would be remembered for just one line.
We believe the borders of Israel and Palestine should be based on the 1967 lines with mutually agreed swaps.
That Israel should return land it captured in the '67 war to form a Palestinian state was a familiar demand, but one never endorsed so publicly by a U.S. president.
Became the headline. The headline of the New York Times was, President Obama endorses the '67 borders. The rest of the speech about the Arab Spring went virtually unreported. Now, for Israel, this was a major development.
I think he's right, though. Obama's right. If the original borders were established, if you try to change it at all, you will have endless conflict. Endless. They'll never let it go. The 67 agreement was the only agreement you're ever going to have. If you change it's like moving the goalposts. You can't change the agreement. No. Suddenly, in 2022, we just decide to change the 67 agreement, and it's not fair. That's not how business deals work.
Netanyahu believes if you have a Palestinian state in anywhere approximating the 67 borders, the potential for peace is zero.
Zero.
That the capacity for Israel to maintain
He's right.
even in the state it's in now.
It's a rock and a hard place. We can't win this one. It's so annoying. He's right about that. There'll be no way through it. They will not see eye to eye. And we have to accept that it is a rock and a hard place and a fucking unmovable object against an unstoppable force or whatever. We have to accept that and just establish the original boundaries that ever worked in the first fucking place, I think. And that sucks that you have to give up on all that stuff like that Palestine fought for. I don't know what to say about it. It's like the world's leaned in. It just took your victory from you because they need to meddle in your fucking affairs, because that's what the world is. They're meddlers. They're looky-loos. They're scared you're gonna spark off some kind of gang fight in the middle of Baltimore and light up the block. You know what I'm saying?
Will be radically diminished.
I think you guys all watched The Wire, right? If you haven't, you should watch The Wire. What they're really scared of is bullets going through tubs and killing kids in the crossfire. They're all scared of it. Even the Palestinians, they're terrified of it. And they should be. We're scared of it.
The White House had not briefed Netanyahu.
It's a rock and hard place. I support both sides. It's stupid and it's bipartisan and it's fucking middle of the road as usual. I support both sides. I hate it. It's so annoying to me. I hate you guys with your wars so much. I support both sides. I'm sorry.
The next day.
I wasn't raised to not support both sides unless one's a rapist and another's a victim. That's not this situation. It's both sides. And so what do? You reestablish the border that originally worked. It's the master of diplomacy. You don't try to move the goalposts like some kind of fucking cynical problem. You know it's a fallacy to move the goalposts for them. You can't move the goalposts for Palestine. You can't do that to them. It'll ruin the world. So you just say, we're going back to the original fuck up and deal with it.
From Netanyahu's point of view.
Because we can't change the goalposts now. It's cynical. It's unfair to Palestine. We don't know what's going on. They fought for this. They've spent lives on it, and they think we're meddling because we are. We're meddling in foreign affairs, and I hate this about America. It's the thing I hate most about America. We meddle in foreign affairs like it fucking matters to us, like we'll ever even be in that war or whatever. It's so stupid. We meddle in foreign affairs when we really shouldn't. I'm sorry, I know it's a right-wing fucking thing. I've got woke and leftists and rightists in my audience. I don't care. I'm saying, like, I'm trying to say it well. I can't.
I was convinced that this was an attempt to ambush him, embarrass him.
You can't move the goalposts on Palestine. You can't do it. You can't change the borders on the original agreement, or your law means nothing. Your rules mean nothing. Your decisions mean nothing. They might as well go to World War at that point and see what they can get in the World War, because you moved the fucking goalposts on them. I have some sympathy for them. I have some sympathy for Israel, and I have some sympathy for us. It's not a fucking good situation, and we backed, like, one side more than the other. What the fuck was that, America? Like, what the fuck? You have two kids fighting in the fucking streets, and you back one side. You play daddy, but you back one side, and I'm sorry, I have an issue with that. Like, I don't know anything about, like, I know some Jewish and some Palestinian people, and I know some Syrian people, and I have a lot of friends who I consider Syrian people and stuff, and I see their conflicts, and I'm like, what the fuck does a white man have any business doing here? You fucking Howley, get the fuck out of here. This is not your tribal dispute. Get the fuck out of it. I'm sorry. I feel that way. I'll be honest about it. I'm an idiot. My opinions don't matter, but I really feel this way. Why are you fucking around with this? We have problems at home and you're abroad. Get your fucking mind on America and shut the fuck up.
Situation where, the president was, from Netanyahu's point of view, weakening Israel's negotiating position by declaring a stance on the 67 lines. And so he was furious about it.
When Netanyahu landed, his ambassador could tell there would be trouble.
I'd never seen him like that coming out of the plane. There was no smile, there's no way. And you can almost imagine steam coming out of his ears.
Just as in their first meeting, the press was summoned.
Everybody set up?
Like demons. What do you do to summon the press? You do something bad.
Prime Minister Netanyahu.
But this time,
like demons, you summon them.
Netanyahu would lecture Barack
Say the demon's
Obama
name 3 times, you'll summon him.
And Hamas.
Press, press, press.
We cannot be asked to negotiate with a government that is backed by the Palestinian
Beetlejuice, right?
You're watching President Obama there with his face in his hand, and you can tell it's not going over well. This is his house, and to be lectured in his office rankles.
Israel cannot negotiate with a Palestinian government that is backed by Hamas. Hamas is the president.
Hey, look, it's been 8 years since America even tried to look at this problem. So we have to use footage of Obama trying to fix this because it's been 8 years since anybody even tried. Trump didn't give a shit about this. Trump didn't give a shit about anything at all except money. So, hey, we got to go back 8 years to try to get some kind of resolution in the actual ideas of the Israel-Palestine conflict and stuff. Because, yay, they're seen missing for 8 years or whatever, for 4 years, excuse me. For 4 years, right? We got seen missing because Trump didn't give a shit about this.
Chief of Staff Bill Daley.
Bill Daley's standing next to me. He's going.
And it's sad that they've got to go back to 5 years, 7 years to even see the last time that a U.S. president gave a shit about this terrible, terrible problem, you know, and that might descend us into World War and stuff. And you got to go back 7 years in the press's fucking catalog of stuff that happened to even find an American who gave a shit. This is why I don't like Democrats or Republicans.
Outrageous. And he's just, I mean, it's like he's almost levitating.
And because, Mr. President,
yeah, he's angry.
History will not give
fuck him.
people another chance.
Obama was treated to a lecture on Jewish and Israeli history that just went on and deeply offended Obama and his people.
It's the ancient nation of Israel. And you know, we've been around for almost 4,000 years. We've experienced struggle and suffering like no other people.
There was a sense.
The asteroid is detected.
Obama and the Fly. You guys ever seen Obama and the Fly? You guys ever seen Obama catch a fly? It's awesome. Obama and the Fly. I was typing in Obama and Netanyahu, but I came to Obama and the Fly instead.
Characteristic of our. Sorry.
There's a fly.
Start over. Hey, get out of here.
Oh, now watch his eyes. It's a true hunter. Watch. He's not fucking around like everybody else in humanity. It's an actual DPS who can kill a fly, much less anything else in the world, right? It's an actual DPS that actually focuses and gets their target. Watch it.
Get out of here.
Now watch his eyes.
That's the most persistent.
It's like watching a cat. Oh yeah, score! Kobe DPS, bitch! Yeah!
Nice.
Got him! Nice! DPS, bitch! Kobe DPS! Yeah! Anyways, Obama and Netanyahu, sorry. Gotta stay on the tragedy. That's on Yahoo, I think. I don't know.
Let me first of all welcome once again Prime Minister Netanyahu, who I think has now been here 7 times during the course of my presidency. And I want to indicate that the frequency of these meetings is an indication of the extraordinary bond between our two countries, as is the opportunity for the Prime Minister to address Congress during his visit here. I know that's an honor that's reserved for those who have always shown themselves to be a great friend of the United States.
Ranger.
Indicative of the friendship between our countries. We've just completed a prolonged and extremely useful conversation touching on a wide range of issues. We discussed, first of all, the changes that are sweeping the region and what has been happening in places like Egypt, in Syria, and how they affect the interests and security of the United States and Israel, as well as the opportunity for prosperity, growth, and development in the Arab world.
Thank you, PBS NewsHour, for the excellent content from my stream. I'd like to sub to your channel. Thank you, Frontline PBS, for the excellent content from my stream. I'd like to sub to your channel.
There is a moment of opportunity that can be seized as a consequence of the Arab Spring, but also acknowledge that there are significant perils as well, and that it's going to be important for the United States and Israel to consult closely as we see developments unfold. I outlined for the Prime Minister some of the issues that I discussed in my speech yesterday, how important it was going to be for the United States to support political reform, support human rights, support freedom of speech, religious tolerance, and economic development, particularly in Egypt as the largest Arab country, as well as Tunisia, the country that first started this revolutionary movement that's taking place throughout the Middle East and North Africa. We also discussed the situation in Syria, which is obviously of acute concern to Israel, given its shared border. And I gave more details to the Prime Minister about the significant steps that we are taking to try to pressure Syria and the Assad regime to reform, including the sanctions that we placed directly on President Assad. We continue to share our deep concerns about Iran, not only the threat that it poses to Israel, but also the threat that it poses to the region and the world if it were to develop a nuclear weapon. We updated our strategy to continue to apply pressure, both through sanctions and our other diplomatic work. And I reiterated my belief that it is unacceptable for Iran to possess a nuclear weapon. We also discussed the hypocrisy of Iran suggesting that it somehow supports democratization in the Middle East, when in fact they first showed the repressive nature of that regime when they responded to the own peaceful protest that took place inside Iran almost 2 years ago. Finally, we discussed the issue of a prospective peace between Israelis and Palestinians. And I reiterated and we discussed in depth the principles that I laid out yesterday, the belief that our ultimate goal has to be a secure Israeli state, a Jewish state, living side by side in peace and security with a contiguous, functioning, and effective Palestinian state. Obviously, there are some differences between us in the precise formulations and language, and that's going to happen between friends. But what we are in complete accord about is that a true peace can only occur if the ultimate resolution allows Israel to defend itself against threats, and that Israel's security will remain paramount in U.S.
estimation.
Evaluations.
Yes,
Of
evaluation.
the prospective
Yep.
peace deal. I said that yesterday in the speech, and I continue to believe it.
I believe it too.
And I think that it is possible for us to shape a deal that.
Can we get a deal? We need a deal here. Brothers must stop attacking brothers. If you guys kill the whole world with your fucking mess, we're gonna fucking kill you. I wish you would say it, but that's the actual reality. If you kill the whole world with your fucking mess, we'll kill
I
you.
also pointed out, as I said in the speech yesterday, that
Nobody wants your fucking mess. I don't care if you got a blood debt. Stop fighting.
negotiate in a serious way.
Yeah, serious way where I'm kind of done with you. Stop fighting now, or I'm not your friend. No.
Right to exist.
Yeah, like I'm done with you, kind of. You want to fucking terrify my entire fucking nation? It's not that I'm done with you. I'm done with the fucking fear that you engender in my fucking people. I won't do it. Like, I'm done with the fear that you engender in the U.S. people. I love my people in my country, and I do not wish them to feel this sort of fear. Is that understood? I wish you would say it.
I think the Palestinians.
Like, you must stop fighting now. You must stop fighting. All of you idiots. We're done. Like, we're done with your fucking, like, your fucking blood wars. We're done with them. We're done with them. Like you guys, you think you can get away with this? Like, what was the last time we had a blood war? 1976 in Vietnam, right? It's been goddamn 54 years or whatever. You can call Afghanistan that, but I don't. And like the last time we had a blood war close to a world war was Vietnam, you know what I'm saying? And like now we're smarter now. I know you guys are still dumb now. You want to kill each other and shit, but we're fucking smarter than this now. We're smarter than this now. We must reach a higher goal to ensure your freedom. Yeah, you got trapped in the cave with the worst member in the cave. I have some sympathy with you, but we have to get out of the cave before we kill each other in a nuclear holocaust. I have no interest in what your grievances are. Does it make sense? I have zero interest in what either side's grievances are. You must stop fucking fighting. I don't care if it's fucking justified. You must stop fighting. It has brought fear to our entire fucking planet. And it is unacceptable.
Answer some very difficult questions.
Unacceptable. My lawyers and my politicians and my people, they will not accept it. They don't accept. He didn't accept it from you. Nobody accepts it from you. Nobody understands your fucking stupid, feckless blood war. Nobody wants it. You crossed each other many, many years ago or whatever. Nobody wants this. You have to stop. You have to stop or you become the enemy, which is worse for you than what's happening right now. If you become the enemy for us, I gotta say this about my own people. We are V for Vendetta people. We don't fucking let grudges go, Americans. We don't do that. That's not in our fucking thing. You cross us and descend us into fucking world war. I feel at this point, like something that Obama and a lot of these other leaders aren't willing to do is actually threaten you, and I kind of am. We will not abide while you force our people to live in fear. I'll fucking threaten you before I fucking back one side in that fucking mess. I'll threaten you before I back one of you. I think both of these men were too weak to do it. I'm not fucking too weak to do it. I'll threaten both of you. If you don't fucking stop, I'll destroy both of you. And I'm not saying like some American, throw down some nuclear bomb shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying like stop fighting and scaring everybody in the world or I'll slap both of you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to play bully like this, you want to play like interceptor and social butterfly who talks to both sides and tries to be fucking diplomatic about it and all this. How about a fucking threat? Stop forcing the American people and the Brits and the fucking Europeans and the Russians and the Chinese and the Japanese. Stop terrifying the entire fucking world with your stupid fucking tiff. What happened to speaking plainly? These guys talk in neuro-linguistics all the fucking time, and they take 45 minutes to get around to whatever the fuck they're actually talking about. I did it in 5, and I'll tell you right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of feeling like fucking Jimmy Hoffa in a world full of HAL. Like the computer from, Space Oz. The world is HAL now, and I feel like Jimmy Hoffa. And it sucks that the world's howling now. They like, everybody can't stand your fucking problem. We're just waiting for somebody to blow each other's heads off. It's disgusting. You must stop now. You must stop now. That is what Ender Wiggin would say. That is what Beam would say. That's what Petra would say. That's what everybody in the fucking school would say. You must stop now or you will kill all the kids.
This agreement that's been made between Fatah and Hamas. Hamas has been and is an organization that has resorted to terror, that has refused to acknowledge Israel's rights to exist. It is not a partner for a significant, realistic peace process. And so, as I said yesterday during the speech, the Palestinians are going to have to explain how they can credibly engage in serious peace negotiations in the absence of observing the quartet principles that have been put forward previously. So overall, I thought this was an extremely constructive discussion. And coming out of this discussion, I once again can reaffirm that the extraordinarily close relationship between the United States and Israel is sound and will continue. And that together, hopefully, we are going to be able to work to usher in a new period of peace and prosperity in a region that is going to be going through some very profound transformations in the coming weeks, months, and years. So, Mr. Prime Minister, welcome. Great to see you.
Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, Mr. President, first I want to thank you and the First Lady for the gracious hospitality.
I'm sorry, I screwed up my cultural references there, and I felt like I left out a powerful female icon, and I don't like doing that because I love my women, right? I love my women, right? Ender and Bean and Petra, that's what they would say. But also, it's actually Peter and Valentine. I forgot Valentine, Ender's sister. I know, because I have a best friend who has the best sister in the world, and I would never forget her. I would never forget her. That is what Peter and Valentine would say. That is what Valentine would say. You must stop now. Peter and Valentine order you to stop. Both sides order you to stop. Peter and Valentine order you to stop. You've got to stop. You must stop now. You will kill the world. We will sign up on your side. Trust me, it will destroy the world. We're not idiots. We're not incapable. Like, it scares me so much what you idiots are up to. Even 7 years ago, I haven't even looked at this in like 10 years. It scares me so much to look at this because I was like, well, I'm ignoring the Israel-Palestine fucking thing. I'm just ignoring it because I don't live there. I don't live there and stuff. So I come back and I take a fucking visit 10 years fucking later, and I see this debacle. And I'm like, oh, that's what happened? Jesus Christ, Valentine would kick your fucking asses up and down Potomac Street. Valentine would kick your fucking asses. You know what I'm saying? Like, Peter and Valentine don't approve of what you're doing. Either side, you know what I'm saying? Either side does not approve of what you're doing. So you must stop now.
We have an enduring bond of friendship between our two countries. I appreciate the opportunity to have this
Locke and Demony.
Important speech yesterday.
Locke and Demony, right? Locke and Demony say you should stop now. The internet says you should stop now. The internet fucking right and the internet left say you should stop now. You're scaring the entire fucking world. You must back down and strike peace, or you won't have it. Ever.
We share your hope and your vision for the spread of democracy in the Middle East.
I'm sick of them not getting around to it. I'm sick of them not saying it.
Once again now.
With no passion. They want to talk like fucking... They want to talk. All slow, super slow to each other and all this. Because they're grandstanding fucking actors. I wouldn't have taken more than 10 minutes of this man's time, and I would have made my fucking demands. I'm sick of the fucking leadership being fucking weak. It's because they have too much to lose. You know what I'm saying? Send a man who's got nothing to lose like me me. I've got nothing. This man cannot intimidate me. I've got family that's about to die, no friends, no lovers, nothing. There's nothing left. Send somebody who actually has a fucking set of balls to actually tell this man what to fucking do. You suggested, I'm telling you to tell him. Tell this man what to do. You must stop now. Like, you must stop now, or your entire fucking regimes on both sides will be destroyed in the end. You must stop now. Well, you know, it's not that fucking hard to say. You should have said it 7 years ago. You must stop now. You know, like, I'll say it right on camera if I'm a leader or fucking not. You must stop now. You must stop now. You have terrified the entire fucking world. You must stop now, or we kill you.
Your efforts.
You must stop now. Your stupid century-long fucking Hatfield and fucking McCoy will descend the world into goddamn nuclear holocaust. And I haven't heard an American leader fucking strong enough to say it since JFK. You know what I'm saying? God damn it. And so you kill him, you kill him. That's your solution to it. You kill the last guy strong enough to fucking say it. Do not descend the world into nuclear fucking holocaust. It's a simple thing that JFK said. He had to say it in a lot of words, but that was the gist of it. Do not descend the fucking world into nuclear holocaust over your petty fucking tiffs that we aren't even goddamn involved in, really. All we did was try to help you.
This is something that we want to have.
Even in World War II, all we did was try to help both of these nations.
Israel wants peace. I want peace.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Looking at that fucking suit around your fucking neck, you have arms sales you must meet. You're an arms dealer. You're worse than me. Everybody wants to judge me for being a drug dealer. You are an arms dealer. You do like war. You like war. It feeds your fucking kids. Do not lie to my fucking face like that.
That will hold. That will endure.
I like war too. Whatever. It's not that hard. I'll break the mold for you fucking weird, like bad actors who are in denial or whatever, like you're gay but you don't know or something. It's so tragic and shit. You like war. Just admit it. It's not that fucking hard to do. You like war. You want to go to war with these people. You like war. You know you do. You like war. Just fucking admit it.
Based on illusions will crash eventually on...
You do. You like war.
And that the only peace that will endure is one that is based on reality.
I don't speak in absolutes like that. Oh, the peace won't endure. Yes, it will.
Unshakable facts. I think for there to be peace, the Palestinians will have to accept some basic realities. The first is that while Israel is prepared to make generous compromises for peace, it cannot go back.
Define generous compromises. I don't like that that they've got this old style English fucking Victorian principle. Fucking we're in session in the Congress and we don't interrupt each other or whatever the fuck. I want an actual conversation with this motherfucker, not this bullshit two-faced politicians like neurolinguistics speak about the troubles of the nation or some shit. I actually want an answer out of him. Do you intend to fucking take this mess further than it's going to need to go? Is it like I don't know, that's a bad question. How about, will you ever end this? What will it take for you to end this? Can we pay you?
Because he's
go to Palestine and say, what would it take to end this? Can we pay you to end it? Can we solve your problems enough where where you just end this? Because you're gonna get the entire block shut up.
These lines are indefensible.
We're all living on the same block together on this planet. You shoot up the block like this, we'll all die. We're all liable to catch bullets in our bedrooms.
Because they don't take into account certain changes that have taken place on the ground.
Yeah.
Graphic changes that have taken place over the last 44 years. Remember that before 1967, Israel was all of 9 miles wide. Was half the width of the Washington Beltway. And these were not the boundaries of peace. They were the boundaries of repeated wars because the attack on Israel was so attractive from them. So we can't go back to those indefensible lines, and we're going to have a long-term military presence along the Jordan. I discussed this with the president. I think that we understand that Israel has certain security requirements that will have to come into place in any deal that we make. The second is echo something the president just said, and that is that Israel cannot negotiate with a Palestinian government that is backed by Hamas. Hamas, as the president said, is a terrorist organization committed to Israel's destruction. It's fired thousands of rockets on our cities, on our children. It's recently fired an anti-tank rocket at a yellow school bus, killing a 16-year-old boy. And Hamas has just attacked you, Mr. President, and the United States for ridding the world of bin Laden. So Israel obviously cannot be asked to negotiate with a government that is backed by the Palestinian version of Al-Qaeda. I think President Abbas has a simple choice. He has to decide if he negotiates or keeps his pact with Hamas or makes peace with Israel. And I can only express what I said to you just now, that I hope he makes the choice, the right choice of choosing peace with Israel. The third reality is that the Palestinian refugee problem will have to be resolved in the context of a Palestinian state, but certainly not in the borders of Israel. The Arab attack in 1948 on Israel resulted in two refugee problems: Palestinian refugee problem and Jewish refugees, roughly the same number, who were expelled from Arab lands. Now, tiny Israel absorbed the Jewish refugees, but the vast Arab world refused to absorb the Palestinian refugees. Now, 63 years later, the Palestinians come to us and they say to Israel, accept the grandchildren, really, and the great-grandchildren of these refugees, thereby wiping out Israel's future as a Jewish state. So it's not going to happen.
Trump's presidency is like a scene missing, and it was the worst thing that could have happened to this country. It's like scene missing. It's 4 years of zero policy, zero fucking anything but talking about Mexicans and a wall. What happened here? And I look at it and it's like the Democrats are no better. I'm not saying the Democrats are better. I'm saying that we have scene missing here. I don't think the Democrats did any better than scene missing. So it's equal. It equalizes in the end. But at least there's not a scene missing on the Democratic side. There's a scene missing for the Trump campaign, where 4 years of just ignoring this problem till it's come to a nuclear fucking bottleneck explode. You know? Bottle. It's like a nuclear bottle that's shaking up, you know? It's going to explode. And, like, scene missing was the worst thing that ever happened to America. 4 years of a fucking presidency where they just thumbed the finger at every single fucking problem that we have. They helped us with the with the COVID bills, and they did pandemic assistance, pandemic unemployment assistance, and they made sure that the families were getting the money they needed for diapers and stuff during COVID and all that. I'll give the Republicans their due. It was very weird for Republicans to do that. That's not something I've ever seen out of Republicans in the 40 years I've been live, but I'll give the credit to him where it's due. He did take care of his people while the COVID was going on, as he mismanaged it so horribly. So I want to give him credit where the credit is due. But when it comes to actual foreign policy and stuff, Trump ushered in what I call scene missing. It's a big black square where there should have been 4 years of timelines and interplays between these countries and all this other shit. But nah, he was up there on Twitter instead of taking care of the country.
But he knows it's not going to happen. And I think it's time to tell the Palestinians forthrightly.
Getting kicked off Twitter.
It's not going to happen. The Palestinian refugee problem has to be resolved.
Which, Jesus Christ, I can't get kicked off Twitter.
It can be resolved.
And I've said kill the president.
If the Palestinians choose to do so in a Palestinian state, that's a real possibility.
Well, I've loved telling this story. You want to know what I'm most proud of in my entire life? One time on my Facebook, I left "kill the president" the day that Trump went in for 4 months. It was the only thing I put on Facebook for 4 months. It was just my top title, right? Kill the president.
But it's not going to be resolved within the Jewish state.
And it shows you how, like, I can't get banned for that, yet he gets banned off Twitter. And it's because he's a bad actor, you know? I can't get banned. I was looking to get banned off Facebook for that. It was a story that I was looking to tell my kids or something. Yeah, I got banned off Facebook for saying kill the president, right? No, he got kicked off fucking Twitter before I got kicked off fucking Facebook for saying kill the president. And I left it in all caps for 9 months. I'm not kidding. It's still there.
The president and I discussed all these issues, and I think we may have...
No, I deleted that one. I'm sorry. At that point, like 9 months later, I was like, why should I catch a charge from some fucking Guantanamo Bay fucking fascist suit dummy or something? And I deleted it. I was like, I'm not going to put my life at risk or my freedom at risk over some fucking thing I left on Facebook for 9 months. And I think I did delete that. But I kind of feel shamed that I deleted it. Because I kind of mean it. Fuck Trump and fuck him. I would kill him myself. Not because I like violence or death. I've never struck a human being in anger. I'm a true pacifist and stuff. But the scene missing, I believe I have a V for vendetta with Trump over that. The scene missing for his entire 4 years of presidency and stuff was really damaging. I know there was some stuff that wasn't seen missing, like trying to take over the Pentagon, but most of his presidency was seen missing.
Differences here and there, but I think there's an overall direction that we wish to work together to...
It's sad. I think about every time I look at Obama in his fucking chair, I think, wow, 7 years ago was the last time that America even evinced that we cared about this shit. We'll send him money, which I don't like.
A real, genuine...
Every time that you guys send money to some foreign fucking country, I think about 20 junkies here who haven't had a home in 10 years. And I get really angry. That's a conservative point of view, too. I get really fucking angry when I think about how you send money to other countries. It's like you're in a marriage and your husband's sending money to other women. It's not right. You guys are morally fucking